So, folks, beautiful day here at Davis Monthan Air Force Base. Just getting started. I usually talk while I drive, kind of killing two birds with one stone, but I have a visual for today that I want to talk about. This fool whines for no reason. Um, so I recently published an article talking about how a big fish got me out of a depression. I'm gonna spoiler alert, it wasn't the fish. All right, there was this process that I went through that I have to you have to read the article for me to explain it. I may explain it in another video, but I'm not going to in this case. One thing that I didn't put in that article though, so the article is you'll find it. I'll put a link in it at the end of this video. Here or here, I don't know. But I'll put a link to that article. But the one thing that I left out that I didn't realize was a tool. And you can call it a tool, you can call it an exercise, but it's something I've been doing every day, or nearly every day, for several months. I've actually been doing it for several years, but there was a time where I just didn't. There were several months where I just stopped doing it. All right. So let's get to it. The tool is this. All right. This is it. Little notebook. It's got to have at least 18 lines. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Gotta have 18 lines in it. And the reason why you need 18 is because you're gonna do three things. Or I do three things. You can do whatever you want. Alright? But you're gonna write down, you're gonna write the date in the corner. You're gonna write your accomplishments, 5 accomplishments. Gratitude, 5 things you're grateful for. And tomorrow, 5 things you're gonna do tomorrow. That's it. If you do this, when I do this, good things happen, right, in my life overall. When I'm not doing it, things spiral out of control. So, the reason you're gonna write accomplishments, and this is what I understand, and this is what why I do it. I don't know if it works or not. I don't know. I just know that things have improved since I started doing it again, and things always improve. So when I do this, things are always good. 5 accomplishments. It doesn't matter what they are. Think of 5 things that you did that are accomplishments. Uh, for me, let's say getting a paid client, getting a paid gig. I'll write that down. But what if I didn't do nothing? What if nothing happened? Went for a walk. These are all the getting accomplishments. You're basically telling yourself, congratulating yourself, hey man, nice job. And I think we don't hear that enough, right? At the end of the day, you're going to be told by you, which is pretty important. Hey, good job on doing this. Good job on not eating sugar. Good job on working out. Good job on collecting firewood. Good job on practicing your God-given talent. Hearing positive things is good no matter the situation, no matter the person. Hearing positive things from you is even better, right? So at the end of the night, you're programming yourself, you're telling yourself, hey man, you did a pretty good job, congratulations. It doesn't matter how small the task, you write down 5 of them, all right? Or I write down 5 of them. The other thing I wanted to point out, so the next thing was, let's cover all 3 things. Gratitude. This is probably the most important part. You've heard of people talk about gratitude journals. This is all it is. Some people only put 3, I put 5. 3 times 5, 3 lists of 5s, right? Title it gratitude. Gratitude, write 5 things you're grateful for. Here's the thing. If you weren't grateful for something that all day long, this task forces you to be grateful for something. Right. Grateful that I did this. Grateful for this opportunity. Grateful for my income. Oh, damn, I only got 3 things. I better think of something right now and be grateful for it. And it works, and it helps. And this alone is probably what pulls people which causes people to be happy. Be happy. The more things in your life you are grateful for, the more things you will have in life to be grateful for. Gratitude, I'm not going to talk about it right now, but gratitude is a pretty important aspect of your life, and it brings back a lot of, I don't know. You just have to be grateful for things, and then you'll see what happens. All right. Gratitude journal. A lot of, I think there's books that just have this part, but why not? Why not throw it in here with everything else? Gratitude journal. 5 things you're grateful for. Tomorrow, I call it tomorrow. Now this, I don't know if it works. It helps me get organized. All right, that's one thing it does. It helps me stay organized for the next day. The other thing it does is it's supposed to do like a little brain dump, right? So you're doing this right before you go to bed. And if you're thinking about all the shit you got, all the shit you gotta do tomorrow. Oh, I gotta, go to the doctor's office. I gotta take the test. I gotta practice. I gotta do this. I gotta research this. When you are thinking about all these things, it's added stress. It's causing, I don't know. There could be some kind of chemical reaction going on, cortisol release, all that good stuff. I don't know, but I do it anyways. I don't know if any of that works, but I do it anyways. And I've been doing it for a long time. 5 things I gotta do tomorrow, right? I write them down, and then the next night before I check start my next journal entry, I cross through the things that I did. It makes sense that you're dumping it, putting it on paper, it's kind of leaving your mind, going on here, and you can sleep peacefully. I don't know if that's the case or not, but it definitely helps me plan my next day. I write all the things I have to do down, and then also I put them in my phone as a reminder. So I match the 2 up, put them in my phone as a reminder. And then also at the end of the night, it's kind of it kind of goes under accomplishments, right? You look at the things you had planned, and you can cross them off if you did them, and that feels good at the end of the night too. All right, 5 accomplishments, 5 things you're grateful for, 5 things you intend on doing tomorrow. You do this every night before you go to bed, and I think wonderful things will happen. Now here's the thing. That article where I wrote about me getting pulled out of the depression based on the day I caught a fish. The day I caught a fish, it was the day. It was a coincidence maybe, right? The day I caught a fish was the day that I stopped being depressed for several months. I've been depressed for several months, and I'll tell that story at a later date. But I was just curious about this the other day, and I started looking, and I want to show you something. That day that I talk about in that article, I started, was the day I caught the fish. I called it Walter. Caught Walter, all right? That is 22 September. Caught Walter. I snapped out of my depression that day. That was the 22nd. Here, 17 September is when I started this. The last entry I have is 16 February. So from February all the way to September, I didn't touch my own little journal back here. It was in the back. I start writing things that I'm grateful for on the 17th. By the 22nd, I'm out of it. I'm out of my depression. So let me make this clear. I hadn't done this exercise since February of this year. 16 February is my last entry. All right. Where was I? Those few months were kind of hell. for me. And then on the 21st of September, no, on the 17th of September, I started writing again in this journal. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, my life turned around. I don't know if it was a fish. I don't know if it was the process in the book, an article that I wrote about, or if it was this, or if it was accumulation of all three. But I don't believe in coincidences, and the day I caught the fish was only about 6 days after I started this. The day I got out of my depression, 6 days of being grateful for things in my life. And I would recommend this process to anybody. It's free. Get a little notebook. Make sure it's got at least 18 lines. Title: Accomplishments, 5 accomplishments. Gratitude, 5 things you're grateful for. Tomorrow, 5 things you're going to do tomorrow. Did it every night before bed. It's not don't cost you anything. I mean, this thing, Target, maybe like $2.99. All right. I could turn that into a book full of blank lines and try and sell it to you, but why? If you do these exercises, if you do them, let me know what happens. All right. Let me know if you notice any difference. All right. It's went a lot longer than I thought it would. I'm just parked in the RV parking lot in the middle, so that I don't have bright sunlight. It's still got some bright sunlight, and people are looking at me because I'm talking. Anyways, that's what I do every night before I go to bed. Some nights I skip it, but I'm sure not going to skip it for 6 months. Not anymore. Never again. All right. That's it for now. I'll talk to you guys later. Please send me any comments, any questions you got. Visit the article I wrote is like here or here. I don't know, but I'll put it in one of these corners. Okay. Bye.